Hello, everybody. Thank you. If you're still around, hey Jay Wilson, thank you for the sub. Everybody, if you enjoy these streams, you would enjoy Jay's streams. So go follow him as well. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, thank you for the sub. But yeah, so what are we going to work on tonight? We're going to continue working on my Vision Pro app, my Vision Pro port of Kineo. And I think what we're going to work on tonight is we're going to work on getting the gallery view in. So we've got kind of a lot of... You're just waiting to feed Sydney? Nice, nice, nice. Sydney definitely needs her food. It's important. But yeah, so we've got a lot of the basic functionality of the main UI working, but now I think it's time to get some of the other screens going on in here. Yeah, so here's all of our basic UI. Yeah, we do need to clean up some of the stuff that we know about, but we've got all of our drawing, we've got playback, we've got the film strip, we've got stuff like that. But this button here, this button needs to do something. We also need this button to do something, but you know, we gotta pick one. And I think it's gonna be easier to start with this button. So that's what we're gonna be working on tonight, is making that button do something. So yeah, I guess the things that we're gonna need to figure out is like, what does presenting something even look like? Do we need to, like, how do we structure this view? Is this, because in UIKit, in the iOS version of this, that is, actually, is it a modal presentation? Or is it just like a, is scene view controller like a child view controller? I think scene view, parent view controller. I think that's what we got here. Is that this is actually just a embedded view controller that we switch between. Looking forward to the replay later? Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm hoping it's good. Hoping we managed to put some good stuff together. Yeah, have a good evening. So yeah, it looks like we just switch out our whatever initial view controller is. In here, we just... Oh, actually, no, maybe not. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is our... Okay. Hang on. This is our app clip version of Scene View Controller. This is what we actually need. No, this is still the same thing. Where's our real Scene View Controller? This is Scene View Controller. Here we go. Okay, this one makes way more sense now. Here's our initial view controller. If we have a document, then we open the editing view controller. If we are just starting out, then we'll have our tutorial version. Otherwise, we are going to start with our gallery. And then, yeah, when we present the gallery, sorry, no, we start with the gallery. When we show the editing view, we present the editing view and we say animate presentation. Now, I don't think that that means it counts as like a modal presentation. I actually don't know. What is this? I'm not seeing anything in here that looks particularly like a present. This is just, yeah, adding a child to the scene view controller. So we're not doing a modal presentation here. We are just swapping between two different views. So I guess that would be kind of what we want to do with our SwiftUI version, is that we just have like a parent view controller and we swap between them based on current state. I said parent view controller, but I mean parent view. So let's go look at our app so far. What do we got? We got Kineo Vision app shows content view. content view is everything right now. So I think that's what we're going to need to fix first, is that content view. I mean, maybe we do keep content view as like, that becomes our editing view. Yeah, let's rename content view to editing view. And then we will have almost like a content view, or maybe we call it root view or something like that. And then root view might show our other view. Does that make sense? Or should we get into like navigation stack? And if we use navigation stack, I think this is going to be a night of exploration. A view that displays a root view and allows you to present additional views over the root view. So I honestly don't think that's what we want right now, because I think that'll give us like a back state or something like that. So I think we're going to start with the like just swap out views approach. And then if that doesn't work, then we'll go to navigation stack. But maybe that's what we want. I don't know, man. This is tricky. Because the other thing is, with navigation stack, can we start with a given path? Because we have this view builder. Create a navigation stack with a path. We automatically start with a path. Maybe we should start with a navigation stack. Yeah, okay. Well, what we know we need to do is we need to rename this to editing view. Okay, that part's done. I actually don't think that did everything I wanted. Refactor again. Let's try that again. God, you gotta love Xcode's refactoring. Build, refactor, rename. Nope, just no, you don't get that. We're gonna restart Xcode. There we go. See now, yeah, it's not picking up. Well, also, it didn't do my undo. Okay, well, fine. Okay, so the only thing that we missed was this one. Okay, that's fine. Hey. All right. So there's our editing view. We're going to go into Kineo Vision app. And yeah, this is the part that I think we are going to run into problems. This needs to become... Actually, this needs to now live on editing view, I think. Let's put that on editing view. And then maybe we don't even have a root view. Maybe we just make this part of maybe we just make this part of Kineo Vision app. That seems like a bad idea. Yeah, let's go create a root view. And maybe this is the part where we should start doing the micro apps architecture, where we start breaking this up. I don't know. That's something I want to get involved in right now. All right, let's start with that, and then we'll go back to our Kineo Vision app, and we will call this root view. Now this is the other part. Default size. That might not be what we want there if we're going to start with gallery. But let's start with this. Let's start with root view. This should look identical to what we had before. All right. Let's yeah, let's go build our gallery view. And then I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna swap that out for now. Is that a good idea? Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna do for now. No. We're gonna make this have a This is harder than I expected. Just the sheer architecture of this. So we have an editing state for our editing view. That gets an initial value. What do we do with the UIKit version? Do we have an editing state that exists higher level than anything else? No, because we create an editing view controller with a document. And interestingly, even this level doesn't seem to have the editing state. Self.state equals editing state with document. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to have like a current document on root view. At state var content. Sorry, no, current document. And then this is where we can maybe start working on this, is that we've got like a gallery view. Oh, we don't have a gallery view yet, so. But basically it would be like if let current document editing view else gallery view. And then editing view would get created with a document. And then yeah, so document state initial value editing state with document. And then we will bring this over to Kineo Vision app. Nope. Root view. This can now have a document, and there's our temporary persistence persisted document. But is that really what we want? Do we want this to be how about we initialize this with the current document? And then we make that our thing here. Root view, current document, temporary persistence, persisted document. And can this be nil? No. So then, yeah, I guess what we would need to do is we would need to have that binding. We would need to have a binding somehow into editing view. And we would need to set the current document to nil. That doesn't really make sense. I don't think we want to have that binding. I think what we want to do is we want to have some kind of dismiss function that brings us back, that sets our current document. And I think we can do that with the environment, because that's how the regular dismiss action works. So maybe what we need to do is, yeah, we need to have like a dismiss action or like a show gallery action. And we can put that into the environment. And then we can use that to clear out our current document and bring us back to the gallery view. This is a good idea. I like this. Okay. Current document. Now we need our gallery view. I should not have named the folder gallery view. And we will just make this text for now. Hello, gallery. And then we will go back to our root view. There's our gallery view. That should build now. Perfect. All right, missing argument for parameter document in call. This is because of our editing view. Okay, so editing view, document. Did we create like a... No, whoops. You need like an empty document. Somewhere in here. Guess we don't have that. We need like a preview constants, but I don't know. Document, pages. Yeah, there's a lot of data in here. Are all of these needed? No. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I don't need any of these. Just document. Paren. Oh. We need pages. Yeah, because this is the only public one. So we need pages empty array. We probably can't do it. We probably can't get away with an empty array either. Pages. Empty array. Nil. Nil. Alright, that'll at least let it build. I'm not going to worry too much about whether this preview works yet. I'm just going to get it here. That'll be fine. Alright, let's go back to here. We've got our editing view. We've got our gallery view. What we need now is a like show gallery action. Is that what they call dismiss? Yeah, dismiss action. What we're going to do is we're going to create a struct here. That struct is going to basically just hold on to a closure. And then we are just going to call that closure whenever we need it. So init with action. And this will be escaping. All right, so we're gonna store that action there, and then we have a call as function. No, func call as function. Don't know why it's not auto-completing that. That is what we need right here. Func call as function dismisses the view as it is currently presented. Okay. Action. So yeah, that's all we're gonna do there. Then we need to add this to the environment. So I think what we need to do with that is environment key. I'm sure we use this somewhere else. No. I know we use it in black highlighter though, so. Wow. Have we not worked on black highlighter so long that it fell out of our recent items? That's incredible. There we go. We need a default value, And then we need to extend environment values. Let's go do that. I'm just going to copy and paste this, but most of it's going to be replaced, so it's not that interesting. Show gallery action. And then I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do a show gallery action with nothing in it. Show gallery has a show gallery action. And then we will replace both of our keys with show gallery action key. Perfect. And then we only need one of these, so there's that. Awesome. Okay, so now what we need to do here is we need to add this to the environment. So environment, key path, show gallery action. And this is going to be current document equals nil. Nil cannot be assigned to key dot, oh, self.current document. There we go. So that should basically give us a show gallery action that does all of that. Let's move this into its own file. Wait, why did that not copy? Oh. It's like, wait a minute. None of this looks right. Okay, so there's our show gallery action. Now let's go find our gallery button, which is going to be somewhere in here. Toolbar? No, gallery button. Here we go. Now, in our gallery button, we can say at environment, show gallery, var show gallery, private var show gallery. Yeah. And then on the button, rather than printing hello gallery, we just say show gallery. All right, let's see if this works. I mean, it did not work. I think we got a problem. We have our root view controller. Where is that? Oh, sorry, our root view. We should have a current document here from here, because this should never return nil. So we should get into here. This should set current document to that. So then when we get into here, if let current document, that should exist. That should be true. We should never get to this gallery view. Let's see what happens. Current document is .sum, so this does exist. Ta-da, there's our document. We get into here. PO current document, current document, nil. What? Why is that not set? Oh, I know what's going on. Duh. I'm dumb. This is a state, so we need underscore current document equals state initial value current document. Property wrappers. They don't behave the way that you expect. There we go. Okay, so now we should be good. Perfect. Okay, so here's our view. Let me get rid of all those breakpoints. Here's our view, and now if we click this button, that should trigger our closure, should set current document to nil, should transition us back. Perfect. All right. I would like to know how to have like an animated transition when we do that, but right now I think all we need to do is make sure that we are jumping back to that view. Okay, so what's next? We are going to yeah, let's start actually building out the gallery view, I guess is what we need to do now. Which, I mean, yeah, do we want to build out the UI first, or do we want to build out the backend first? I think we want to build out the UI first. Because right now we don't have the backend as is. Because we have document store, but we're not really using document store yet. Because we're still using that like temporary persistence. So we don't really have any data stored anywhere. So I think let's build out the UI first. And then once we have that, we can go actually hook it up to something. How's that sound? Gallery view. What do we got? I guess. So I think what we want this to look like, I think we want this to look a little bit like Apple Music. Yeah, well, this is a dribble version of it. I'm sure that Apple put out like a, here's what Apple Music looks like. Yeah, like here. This is it right here. I don't know why Dribble has like different versions of this. And that actually made it higher in Google image search than Apple's actual version of it. But yeah, I think this is what we want, is that we basically just want this background and then we want the rounded rects over the top of it. Do these have like a shadow to them? It doesn't look like, well, it's hard to tell. This is kind of pretty JPEG'd. It looks like they might have a slight shadow to them. So let's do that too. So yeah, let's just get like a window. Yeah, like a window with a grid in it. That's basically all we really need. Can we have a grid that's based on... Oh, I guess what we want is a lazy V grid. Yeah, this is actually what we want. Columns, grid item, alignment, spacing, pinned views, content. I could have sworn there was like one that took in data like list does. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I guess not. There's literally only one item, so I guess we do need to use for each, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, we need to wrap it in scroll view? That's interesting. I would have expected it to just use scroll view as is, but okay, fair enough. All right, what are our columns? Let's do column of, not fixed 20, that's for sure. Grid, item. Was grid item, right? Yeah. Grid item. Dot adaptive. Multiple items in the space of a single flexible item. I mean, that sounds like what we want. The size case places one or more items into the space assigned to a single flexible item, using the provided bounds and spacing to decide exactly how many items fit. The approach prefers to insert as many items of the minimum size as possible, but lets them increase to the maximum size. Okay, so I think that is what we want, but adaptive, minimum, what are our grid items or gallery cells in the old one. Gallery cell, gallery document collection view cell. What size are you? Standard spacing is 50. We have shrunken spacing of 22. Cell dimension for environment. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Either 220 or 202. So let's just use those as our minimum and maximum. So from 202 to 220. And then our content, let's just do a bunch of, let's do a for each 0.50. And in there, we're going to just say, let's just do a rectangle for now, or a rounded rectangle? Yeah. Rounded rectangle with a corner radius of 25, sure. I don't know. I don't know that we have corner radiuses defined yet. Surely we must, right? We have them in film strip. Outer radius. Yeah, here we go. What is this? 16? Why not? Although maybe what we want here is color.white with a clip shape of rounded rectangle, 16. All right, let's see if that will run in the preview. While technically correct, I think we need to enforce an aspect ratio here. There we go. That's looking way more accurate. Now, we need this to actually scroll. So let's surround this whole thing in a scroll view. That's not how we make that work. Hello. I guess it's just given up on previews now. Pending update reasons. Oh, edited. Requested. Initiated a build. Preview settings change. Requested. Okay. Update. I've fixed everything. Okay, there we go. There. Hey, here's our scroll view. Ship it, right? Okay, well, then let's, for one, give this a background. Wow, that looks terrible. Can I actually give this like a container relative shape? I think this is a bad idea. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Was it only a bad idea because... No, that was just a bad idea in general. Okay. So I guess what we would want to do then is we need like a scroll inset, right? That's a thing that we can do now. Scroll position? No. What did we do with film strip view that allowed us to kind of indent inwards. Content margins. Well, that's easy enough. So now, this is where things are going to get tricky, because I think what we would want is we kind of want that to be whatever the outer size of things is, which I don't know what that is. Why are you not updating? I mean, that looks closer. So if it's 25, I have no idea what our outer boundary is. See, this is the problem, is that I don't know. It doesn't seem like we can do container relative shape to the visionOS window shape. But I would really want to be able to do that. Because right now this looks bad. And I want it to look less bad. I mean, that already looks less bad. We're just going to guess with that for right now. So there's all of our views. And then I guess what we would need to do next is that these are actually buttons. So we get that nice button effect. Wow, that looks awful. Dot button border shape. Same deal. Oh, right, because that's not how this works. Dot rounded rectangle with radius 25. Because God forbid we just pass in a shape. Yeah, see, now this is the problem, is that this is not playing by the same rules. This needs the same aspect ratio. Dot button border shape dot rounded rectangle. I need this to take a aspect ratio. Because this is the problem right here. I guess we could put, hold on. What if we move our aspect ratio to here? That does absolutely nothing. Somehow we've made it worse. Okay. How do we fix this? That was easy. Well, I say that, and yet we still got these corners poking out here. And then if I do this, that breaks it, doesn't it? No? And that actually just fixes it. I hate it. It doesn't, nothing makes sense. If I bring this down, this needs to probably come all the way down. Well, I mean, it seems to work. Yeah, I mean, there's our gallery view. Let's give ourselves a little bit more spacing. What do we need here? Spacing comes after alignment and before content. So spacing 25. I don't know. Wow, that looks terrible. It's not at all what I want. Yeah, let's just get rid of spacing. You know what? I'll let it figure out spacing. Because yeah, it seemed like spacing was like inter-item or inter-line spacing and not inter-item spacing. Distance between adjacent subviews are nil if you want the stack to choose a default distance for each pair of subviews, which I think is better than what we had, unless we can do something with adaptive to change that, which doesn't look like it. Although grid item size can have a spacing, but I feel like that's not going to work with our oh, let's find out. Did that not say that there was some kind of spacing that we could put on grid items? Oh, not on grid item size, but rather on grid item. I see. Then in that case, I don't think that this is gonna do what we want. Delete that. Grid item here. Dot size. No. I'm doing this wrong. Yep, I totally meant to type pi right there. Okay, here we go. This is closer. Whew. And then now we need that spacing on the grid itself. This still looks worse than just letting it handle everything itself, but that is closer to what we want, I think, in terms of the actual spacing. And then yeah, I guess what we would want is we would just want like padding on the scroll view itself. Or can I actually just put content margins on everything? Hey, there we go. That's a UI if I ever saw one. All right, well, there's our gallery view. Why don't we hook up some kind of action to our gallery view? What are we gonna do? I guess we need this to take in a binding, don't we? So that'll take in a binding to the current document. And then, well, this is the problem here, is that this is going to be, we're going to need this to be based on the real document eventually. But what we can do right now is current document equals document. We'll just create an empty document. So this should create a new document that is bright red background, cocoa type red background. And select it. So yeah, I think we're going to need to go back to our root view. We're going to need to pass in that binding. So this is going to be current document is $current document. And so that way, when they select it, that will set current document. That'll cause it to switch to editing view with the current document. Check it out. Missing argument for parameter current document in call. Shut up. Cannot convert value of type document to All right, so here's our default persisted document, I guess. Hit back. That takes us to this view, which looks very silly, and we're probably going to want to change the window size. But if we tap that, it takes us to a new UI, or a new document. Perfect. All right. I'm going to commit that because that's a lot of stuff that we got working that I don't want to lose. It just said failed to read your mind. I don't know what it meant. That was really weird. Create basic gallery view. All right. So I guess, yeah, what we need to do now is we need to hook this up to quote unquote real data. How are we going to do that? There, that time it did it again. I don't know what I'm hitting that makes it want to read my mind. Found me through Michaela. Good to see more people streaming iOS stuff. Hey, thank you. And thanks to Michaela. I did not know that she had shouted me out. That's awesome. Or was it just like a YouTube recommendation? Yeah. But no, yeah, there's a lot of iOS streaming developers. Why don't I give the list of everyone? There's Compile Swift. Oh, she mentioned she's in a Discord with other iOS streamers. Yeah, okay, so let's shout at the Discord first, which I know you're already a part of, but in case anybody else isn't. There's the Discord. There's a bunch of other iOS dev streamers in there, including Compile Swift. He gets a second link just because I had to start back over. But Compile Swift is doing most recently a lot of Sprite Kit work, doing games and stuff, all in Swift UI. Or sorry, not Swift UI, Swift. He's building. He built a Endless Runner game just recently. He also has in the past been working on. He did like a top-down shooter. He did an idle game. It's like a hacking themed idle game. So he's done a lot of that kind of stuff. He also does some SwiftUI work with, oh yeah, well, you should join. No, it's not exclusively for the streamers. It is centered around the streamers. Like, you know, we kind of were the ones that are building the community. But yeah, anybody can join and should join. And you can come hang out and ask us questions and chat with other people that enjoy watching the community. But yeah, yeah, Compile Swift has done a lot of SpriteKit and SwiftUI type stuff. There's Hey Jay Wilson, who I believe is currently working on a like re-implementation of kind of the UI for Instagram, all in SwiftUI. Kind of just saying like, here's how you would build these kinds of user interfaces in SwiftUI. Obviously, a lot of Instagram is probably more UIKit, more some of that older stuff. But if you were to build something that you wanted to look like SwiftUI or look like Instagram in SwiftUI, what would that look like? And that's what Jay's been working on. You've got Nutterfy, who is currently writing a book on SwiftUI. He does a lot of SwiftUI drawing and shapes and paths and that kind of stuff, getting real into the kind of like low level, like what does it take to draw some UI in SwiftUI? And so he's doing a lot of that work. She mentioned Nutterfy and Hey Jay. Nice. There's also this guy, I believe. Yeah, this guy NZ. He's also doing some SpriteKit work. He's currently building a platformer in Swift. And kind of like a Mario style platformer. And then there's Mono, who we keep bullying into streaming again. He hasn't streamed in a while, but he was working on a app that was part SwiftUI, part Kotlin multi-platform for doing like fan stuff for English Premier League football. And yeah, I think also FIFA football. So those are the streamers that I recommend. And yeah, there's quite a few out there who are doing stuff these days. And then I think there's a couple others who I just haven't checked out. Donuts Ahoy, I believe, just started streaming. I don't have a button for him, so you're just gonna have to type in the words Donuts Ahoy. I believe he just started streaming. I really only caught up a little bit, but yeah, that's the set of Swift streamers I recommend and have seen a couple times. And then yeah, I'm around here doing a mix of different things, mostly trying to build set of like indie apps. Currently porting one of my apps from iOS, iPadOS to visionOS. I've also got a couple other apps that I work on that I bounce around, but this is kind of my main focus right now. But welcome. I hope you enjoy your time. And yeah, definitely check out all of those other streamers. They're all, I recommend checking it out and having all kinds of Swift content to watch. Where was I? Oh yeah, we're gonna start building out the actual UI for this. So if we go look at our gallery view controller, my guess is that we've got like a gallery data source or something somewhere. Saw it. No, that's a document preview. Gallery data source. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this gets a whole bunch of information. It gets us documented a given path. It gives us index path of a document. It gives us the modified date. A preview image. Delete document. It allows us to delete a document. It gives us some context menu stuff. And then here's all of the actual collection view data. So I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to basically implement, we're going to need a for each that touches document store. And then like, where's our number? Yeah, document store dot documents count. Do we have just a document store documents? stored documents. That is private. I think that this is going to be what we need to fix. Although this returns documents. So we have a stored documents. And then we have an all documents. I think the reason that I did that is because in order to get the full document, we need to like actually go and load that data. But if we have like, where's like our image stuff? And preview image at index path is document store preview image at index path. I think we're going to need to basically expose our stored documents. And then find some way of presenting that. Yeah, I think we can work with this. Let's yeah, let's see what we can do with regards to exposing stored document. Because right now I would assume it's internal. Yeah. Internal gets created with the URL. That can remain internal. Has a modified date, has a UUID, has a URL, has an image preview URL. So I think this can remain internal. Or can it? Yeah, let's make this internal. Let's make this external. Sorry, public. Yeah, here we go. Public struct stored document. No public init. Do let modified date be public. Do not let UUID be public. Do not let this be public. Do let this be public. Honestly, modified date probably also doesn't need to be public. We can just return sorted, which it might already be. Yeah, so it's already sorted. So let's actually split this up. URLs, filter, compact map, sorted. So then we don't need to do anything. We just need to take this stored document. We can make our image preview URL be public, and then we can do document. And then that will just be documented index, stored documents, index, data, try contents of stored document URL. So I guess this would need to be throws. Get throws. That, and then, so yeah, let data equals try, return try, blah, blah, blah. So there's our document. Then here we just need return stored documents.index. Are you making a SwiftUI document-based app? It is not a document-based app. I don't know why it's not a document-based app. I think, did that post-date me working on this? No, because UI document's been around for forever, right? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why I didn't make this document based at first. I'm now taking an app that was UIKit and porting it to visionOS, and so I'm kind of porting it to SwiftUI on that thing. I guess the main reason that I'm not making it document based is because I don't really want this to be let me turn this down. It's just a bit it's too loud. I don't really have like a document format for this, if that makes sense. It's not really something that we're like saving and moving and that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't have a good reason why this isn't truly document based, but it's not. Hey, full queue developer, how are you doing? Okay, so if we do that, then stored document does exist publicly now. And so then in that case, I think this can now also be public. And then we can make... Oh, why didn't this work? This is just URL. Just here for the pose. Oh, nice. I was like, pose? What are you talking? Oh, yeah. Do the pose part. Hey, Mono, how are you doing? I don't even know. Yeah, I need the like full screen in order to do the pose. Hold on. I think I have that available. Is it that I can do? I don't even remember which direction it goes. This direction is like... Is that do it right? Did I do it good enough? Amazing. There we go. We're all good now. Morning, says Mono NZ. Nice. Yeah, how's your Saturday going, Mono? I'm ready for mine. I am totally ready for Saturday. You just woke up? That's good. What time is that? Waking up. What time is it in Australia? Australia definitely only has one time zone, right? 1:30. That is a good time to wake up on a Saturday. I mean, honestly, so I kind of woke up today on a Friday. I had to wake up super early for a meeting in the early morning. It's like, okay, you actually have to be on a meeting at 8:30 in the morning. It's like, no, it's not even business hours. Yeah, New Zealand means Australia. Exactly. I had to get up earlier than I would have expected, and I did not end up getting to bed as early as I would have liked last night. And so then I was just exhausted, and so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just take a quick nap, and nobody will notice that I'm gone because I don't have any meetings. And that quick nap ended up being like 3 hours long. I set an alarm and then checked Slack, noticed that nobody was cared, and I kind of just fell back asleep. And I woke up another hour and a half later, and somebody was like, hey, I'm in that Zoom. Oh crap. Sorry. But no, I got it all figured out. 30-minute offset to the... Oh, that's no fun. Wait, isn't there a place... Is this in Australia that has like a 15-minute offset? Nepal? A small town that has a 45. Yeah, there you go. Eucla? I don't know what. Yeah, Nepal is 5:45. Yeah, that is definitely a fun one to be just like not. Yeah, it's not even half an hour. That's just so like tiny of a difference. All right, so we've got our stored document. Yeah, what is Eucla? So it's just a small town? Hang on. Eucla? Village in Australia. So just the town itself has this 45-minute Australia 45-minute time zone. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this now. Australia's Central Western Standard Time is a 45-minute time zone. Local time differs by 45 minutes instead of the normal whole hour. Australian locations using a CWST. UCLA. Has a population of 53. I'm from a small hometown, but it wasn't 53 small. Is there anything here about the time zone? Oh, yeah. Euclid and the surrounding area uses Central Western time zone of 8:45. Although it has no official sanction, it is universally observed in this area. Okay. Weird. Yeah, that's... Yeah, 53 people just collectively decided, actually, we're going to be 45 minutes off. Just because. Hey, I mean, whatever. More power to you. All right, we are going to... Yeah, so we got all this set up. We've got our stored documents. Let's move this, now that this is no longer a private thing, let's move this into a separate page. Maybe their ancestors are from Nepal. Having a 45-minute time zone is part of our culture. Cannot find type document in scope. Why not? Yeah, this is not the right place for that to be. That's why not. All right. So yeah, we've got that. Now we can go back to... Well, I guess we need to create our document store. That's the real question. Document store just exists. So yeah, let's go find our gallery view, and let's just give it a document store as well. And then our for each here is no longer this. It is for each in document store dot stored documents. Stored document in. Ta-da. Didn't work. Requires that stored document conform to identifiable. That is super easy for us to do, so let's go do that. Because we already have a UUID, so we can just say identifiable, and then public var ID, UUID, UUID. Boom, look at that. All right, we can turn our music back up now. That one song is done. All right. Yeah, I guess, is that enough to make this work? Let's find out. Okay, so it has no stored documents in the preview store, which is fine. What we're gonna need to do is, I guess if we build and run this, well, then we also need this to save into the store. So where do we currently save into the document store? I'm clicking on the thing that says document store and it's taking me to gallery view. Look at that. Thanks for the follow. Yeah. Everybody go follow Mono to bully him into streaming. There's got to be somewhere in here that we save this document, right? There's somewhere we gotta do this. Save document. So what calls this? Something called a document save operation. No, that's what we call application editing state manager. Whenever we save that, we just say document store.save. Okay. But that means this needs to exist somewhere. So I think maybe in our editing view, because we have our editing state here. Prepping to do your new project on stream? Had a good idea session with your mate last night at the pub. Had some good roadmap items. Nice. New projects are always fun. Okay, yeah, here, right here where we save the document. I think this is where we should get rid of the document. Temporary persisted document equals new state.document. Let's just, I guess we need to say, we need our document store in here as well. Private let document store equals document store. And then we will just say document, what'd you eat at the pub? Possibility to spin off one core part of the app as a standalone business. Nice. Mainly hops. Hey, liquid bread. Document store dot save new state dot document. Why is my autocomplete not working at all? Liquid bread, love that. Hops meaning rabbit. No. All right, document store.save, new state.document. So that should at least save our existing documents. So let's go and build and run that. So now if we create a new document, which we apparently already did just by persisting into here, but let's go ahead and save that. Bye-bye. All right. Okay. And now we've gone back and now we have our actual UI. Or sorry, our actual document. So now, sprays water. Yeah. Now I guess what we need to do is we need this to actually be able to take us to the new document. It's been a while since I've had a spam bot in here. It's been a minute. Eagle Knot usually scares them all away. They know not to mess with him. All right, so yeah, now we need this button to actually take us to the right place. So where's our gallery view again? I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to create like a store document button. Message deleted, text in chat is more than normal. Yeah. I mean, that is also Eagle Knot's doing. Is that Eagle Knot just, you know, makes message deleted text happen everywhere. All right. This is, I think, this we need to lift out into its own view and create like a stored document button that will then take us to this stored document. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Stored document button. Perfect. We're going to need it to take in the same binding as its parent, as the gallery view. Current document binding to document question mark. So that'll update that. And then I guess we also need the document that it represents to be in here. So stored document. Current document. Blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, we'll private let stored document. And then, so rather than creating a new document here, we're just going to say current document equals stored document dot document. But this throws, so I don't think that we can just do try here. I think that's going to fail to build. Yep. I don't have any like error logging thing in here, so we're just gonna say do catch print. Let's just fatal error here. If we can't load the document, crash. We will come back and we'll fix all our fix our label later. But I think this, for now, should get us into where our UI exists. So we get into here. Oh, that didn't work. Where's our stored document? We should have a stored document because we drew this. What are we doing wrong? Oh, I forgot to actually use the button. That would help. Hey, okay, so there's our stored document. Click that, we can load it back up. That's what we drew earlier. Perfect. All right. Is that... Yeah. I guess that's all we need to do for that. Let's save this now. And by save this, I mean commit this. Load documents from gallery. And then, yeah, I think what we need to do next is we need to actually try displaying a preview image on each of these. So I think we can do that. Our label is not going to be color.white. It is going to be our... I guess we would put like an async image view in here. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of what we want. We've got a placeholder here. A placeholder just returns a view. So I think our placeholder would just be like a temporary, like slightly translucent white or slightly translucent canvas color. Did we ever put our colors in here? Yeah, canvas background. So yeah, URL is going to be stored document dot image preview URL scale. Do we really need to provide the scale? Weird. We need to... Oh, no, we don't need to provide the scale if we provide the content. That's fine. Okay. Wait, what is content? Okay, now I'm confused again. Async image URL. Using a custom placeholder until the image loads. But what is content? A closure that takes a loaded image as an input and returns the view to show. You can return the image directly or modify it as needed. Hey, Nutter. Weird, the goat scream didn't go off. It really didn't go off. That was supposed to do something different. So remember the night, this was forever ago now, this joke has been trying to go off. Remember the other night when it didn't go off on your stream and then you noticed right at the end and you played it 3 times in a row to make up for the fact that it didn't go off? So I added that in here. If message sender notify. Wait 30 seconds. Oh, 30 seconds. I thought it was like 10 seconds. I mean, we should have passed that by that point anyway, but... Wait 30 seconds, then play it, then play it, then play it. That was what was supposed to happen. If and only if notify was the sender. But I don't know why it didn't do anything. Yeah, Nutter 10 scream. That's right. Perform for chat message. Try sending it again. I want to... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Don't do that yet. Okay, we're going to go on a tangent. We're going to go find... What's wrong with this? We're going to debug the Nutter Easter egg. Oops, what's going on? Gotta go launch a different Xcode. And then we gotta go kill our other existing version. No, I don't know why this didn't work. Because that was supposed to work. And perform does say, yeah, and a sound goat play. Yeah, should be good. Try doing it again. Oh, hold on. I know why it didn't work. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah. Okay, I wasn't gonna say anything. Let's make it work anyway. No, there's Mono. Mono gets the one scream. Let's go, if message sender. There, now Nutter should be able to do it. Even without being subscribed. I don't know why I suddenly can't get rid of this breakpoint. Too late. Oh no, did I miss the sub notification because I had killed it temporarily? It's even worse. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whew. We got that. All right, let's hear the triple goat scream. Oh, that just worked. Now I'm even more confused. Okay, also, like, something is broken. Because I can't click on anything. There we go. All right, we're going to try this again with the breakpoint. I want to see why this... I want to see this actually work. We need the actual Easter egg to go off. Okay. Is message sender notify? PO message sender. Notify. So then we get into here. And it just worked. Why? Oh, whoops, there's an extra perform down here. So it probably went off once, and then we're going to wait 30 seconds, and it'll go off again. We're just going to wait. This is what happens when I don't debug. Hey, here we go. Okay. Okay, that works. All right, we're gonna kill this. We're gonna build, and then we'll make it work for real. Okay. Quit that. There, we've debugged it. Everything's fine now. Yeah, haha, that silly Easter egg that totally worked the first time. Gotcha with the inside joke. Yeah, did it. Hey, Chris-Platt, how are you doing? Yo. Not Moshi Moshi? Who are you and what have you done with the real Chris-Platt? There we go. Now I'm convinced. All right. So we got our async image URL. Content, we're just going to return the image straight. Can I just do like $0? And our placeholder is just going to be color dot canvas background. Did that work? Color canvas background. There we go. Yeah, I think that part's all we need. Wait, no, hang on. Can we do like a opacity 0.6? Try running that. So then basically, while it's waiting for it to load, it will just be a white colored background, slightly transparent. And then when that's done, it'll load what our actual document looks like. That's in theory. We'll find out how well it actually works, but Not well. Not well is the answer to that. I think what we have screwed up... Actually, I have no idea what we screwed up. Fixed size? Is that a thing that we need? Well, that didn't help. Yeah, I think the problem here is that this image is not the right size. Or that it's basically displaying the image at full size. Oh, you know what I bet we can do? Oh, that made it worse. I bet what we can do is we can make this .fit instead of .fill. That might make it work better. Also, we probably need to make it resizable. .resizable. Do we have to do it inside of here? Hey, closer. Do we need to make this here? Okay, so what we got here? We got this, we got that, we got that. So then, yeah, do these both need to be? Do the aspect ratios need to... How many different places can we apply this aspect ratio? Yeah, that didn't work. Just keep trying things until one of them works. What is this URL? Can we put this in a preview so we can see if it works? Start document, image preview URL. I'm just wondering if we can pass this in some way so that we can test out. File URL with path will be deprecated. Really? File path directory hint relative to. Well, we're not really caring about this right now, so. But that is weird to see that file URL with path is being deprecated. Okay, so if we've got this, then we should be able to get back to our gallery view. Well, see, now this is the problem, is that we need almost like a stored document thing. I mean, do we just have that in gallery view anyway? Can we just have this for free? This is not a preview. There we go. This doesn't have anything. How do we get documents into our document store? Do I really need to go and do this correctly right now? How dare you? Public protocol document store. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Because yeah, what I should do is I should make that a protocol. Everything is going to be based on this protocol of document store, and then we can have like a real document store versus a preview document store. But then I got to do all the things. I got to make it actually work. Fine. So if we make this, I don't know, actual document store. I've never found a good way to name these things. If anybody has any preferred ways that they do that, where you've got a protocol, and the protocol, you give it like a standard name. This is what you want. And then you have the concrete implementation of that. What do you name that concrete implementation? Do you name it like document store implementation? Do you name it something else? Like, what do you do to make it marked out, like what that actually is? Because yeah, I could make this, you know, document store implementation. Twitch doesn't support pip even with Pipifier? I know that the Twitch app supports pip, but are you watching on like the are you watching on like the on just like a browser and trying to get it to work with pip there? Because I think Pipifier is a browser extension, right? Yeah, on the web. That is a bummer. Yeah, I've never even tried that. Yeah, because I do notice that if you like try to like tab over to some other app or whatnot while you're watching Twitch, the thing just drops. In your case, I'd name it File Document Store. As opposed to like Preview Document Store, or yeah, because I mean it is storing two files. Yep, it's always this same artist that makes all of the songs that are so loud. Just like, your songs are fine, they're just so much louder than everything else. I don't know why. Since you're saving and loading from the file system. Good point. Yeah, I'll work with File Document Store. Yeah, then what all do we need to do in here? Any document store cannot be constructed because it has no accessible initializers. This becomes File Document Store. This one also becomes File Document Store. Dinner time? Have a great dinner, Nutter. You usually name it where it stores, so File Document Store, or On Disk Document Store, or Ephemeral Document Store for In-Memory Store. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, it seems like you and P16R are on the same wavelength. Hey, I mean, that works. Okay, wait, no, this is editing view. So this is where I need this to kind of come in, is that this needs to, well, editing view. Yeah, so document store. And then I guess we would now store this here, right? Private let document store. And then we store that. We store the store. Also, how are you doing, Adam Wolf? I've been getting your developer duck emails. Those have been pretty cool to see. The like email drip campaign. Did you just start that, or is that does the drip just start like weeks later? Or did I do something to trigger it all of a sudden? Okay. Document store has no member save. I think we're good there. This needs a document store. Fair enough. We need to go create like our preview document store first. Any document store cannot be created. Okay, so this one needs a document store, and this one I think we can actually pass in. So document store, any document store. And then yeah, this is no longer boilerplate. Bot is dead. What bot? Eagle not still alive. What about a drip cam? Yeah, no, that I was talking about the one for developer duck. Yeah. I was saying that it was cool to see, and I was asking if you had just started it. No nutter scream? It's because the when you trigger those, that has to be the first item in the thing. So like you have to start your message with those emotes. Yeah, no, yeah, because I'd been getting the drip campaign for DevDuck, and I was remarking that it was A, cool to see that, and B, asking if if it had just started, or if it if I'd done something to trigger it later. Only 6 months late. You're experimenting with it to help people be more effective. Yeah, no, that was kind of the feeling that I was getting for it. Is like, hey, you know, because I saw the message in there that was like, you know, maybe it's not really for like writing code outright. It's more for being. I think you said like your developer rubber duck in there. I thought that was cool to see. Like, yeah, no, here's the tips and tricks. Like, here's how to get the most out of it. I thought it was cool. Just started for everyone and all new signups from now on. Nice. I also really liked that it was like, hey, I'm going to send you 3 emails and then you're done. And it's like telling me that, oh, you don't have to worry about the fact that like you're going to get an email a day for 3 more months. It was like, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. This is the last one. I liked that. All right. Value of type any document store has no member save. So let's go fix that, I guess. Where is document store? Can you post a link to the Discord server? Yeah. Want to be very upfront that it's not infinite spam, but focused and short. Yeah. No, that was nice. That was useful. Because, yeah, I probably would have been a little bit... By the time that I got the 3rd one, I'm like, Am I really going to get email about this every day from now on? I don't want that. All right, so now document store can save. Our editing view needs to get a doc. Okay, no, that one we already know. Gallery view. Missing argument for parameter document store. Okay, so this is also still the preview. We need stored documents, and we need to pass in a document store here for editing view. Oh. So maybe we should have this on root view. Maybe that's where the boilerplate should live. Mark. Boilerplate. You wouldn't want to write it either. That's also fair. Private var. No. Private let document store. So there's this, and then we pass that down. Document store, document store. And then document store also exists here. Although maybe now what I'm thinking is that this should just be an environment variable. That would make way more sense, right? And then we just apply that to almost this whole group. And so, yeah, we put like a group here. Boop, 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 boop. And then we put an environment here, and then we store our document store everywhere else. Then we don't take that in as an init property. Yep. I mean, we will still need this. But yeah, we can put this down here now. Hang on. My neighbors are playing some very loud music. At environment. This isn't going to really be useful until we actually go create those environment keys, is it? Should this environment key live here locally, or should it live in the data thing? I think it should almost live in here, in data. So new file. Document store environment key. So we don't need a struct here. We do need the document store environment key. Default value equals file document store. So that's even setting it up over here. And then yeah, document store. And then nobody actually cares about what kind of document store it is. Default value file document store does not conform to document store. That's fine. Yeah. We should fix that. File document store is a document store. And then, yeah, this needs to be any... Well, that's certainly weird. I have no idea how that, You're gonna drive me off track again, aren't you? Rendering string highlighted with emotes. Why did that not show your name? Oh, it probably did show your name, but you've got like a gray name, and so it showed gray over gray. Hang on, send another message. Just not highlighted, just something else. I didn't see when you said lol. Okay. So it's just because you've got a very dark colored name right now. Okay, good to know. Hey, I forgot to give Nutter his name. Did I? Well, have I actually created anything yet? No. Unfortunately, I think that means that has to be the environment variable name. That's going to go everywhere. That is a nicely timed environment variable name. Name of variable name. Type of any document store has no member store. Document, okay, that's fine. Type of editing view has no member document store. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to now have our at environment story McStoryson. Storyson. Private var any document store. Document store. Oh, I guess we don't need that. Cannot infer type. Why not? Because I screwed that up. Yeah, so this needs to be any document store. I am just kind of all over the place. There we go. Storyson is inaccessible due to internal protection level. Oh, we can fix that. Public var. Hey, there you go. Now you can see it nice and bright. Okay. Closer here now. We don't need this anymore. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Which one did we update? We didn't update this one yet. At environment Storyson private var document store. So then we can go get rid of our document store. This one. Okay, we're getting somewhere, I think. Now, here's where we put in our environment. Well, I guess if our default is the file document store, then we don't even need this. And then we don't need this. And then we don't need this. And then we just do that. Yeah? Perfect. And then we don't need this. Look at that. This is way easier. Any document store has no member stored documents. Okay, well. We can make it. Where is stored documents? Public var stored documents. An array of stored document. It's just get. Document store has no member preview image URL. Why do we need that? Oh yeah, we did. Do we need that? I guess we do, yeah. Yeah, I guess this would need to be self.preview image URL. Well, except that doesn't exist. Ah, crap. File document store, preview image URL. Okay. Then we don't need it to live on here. That's better. I think that's fine. Okay. What are you complaining about? That doesn't exist. All right. So now we've got document stores everywhere. Why were we doing this? Oh yeah, because we need a preview document store. Where do I want to put the preview document store? I guess that also lives in data. That's kind of weird. But whatever. Well, okay, so document store exists. Let's create a new file. Well, let's rename this file to file document store. Create a new file called document store. And just put this protocol in that. So then we can create another new file, preview document store. and create another new document store. And what does it do? Well, save does nothing because we're not actually saving this. And stored documents returns an array. Let's just give it some junk. I don't know. This doesn't seem like what we want. Init with URL. Yeah, we need an init that takes in a bunch of other stuff. Init with modified date, UUID, and URL. Can we just do the generate memorize initializer? Yeah. And then this is the part where, yeah, let modified date equals that or distant past. And then we get rid of this.
Nice work. Keep it up. Cool story, Bob. Seems good. Seems good. Cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer one, cheer one.
Perfect. Thank you for the cheer. Thank you for the bits, Uno Brandon. Optional date must be unwrapped to a value of type date. Is distant past not a date? It totally is. Okay. So now we have a stored document. The stored document can be all of everything. Modified date is just current UUID, just a brand new UUID. URL. Have to wrap the try in parens. The double question mark is higher priority. Okay. I think I do prefer the way that it currently works, but now that I move that down, but it's good to know that. Yeah, let modified date equals that. Yeah, I think it makes more sense to have this here, but that is good to know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it like this. I haven't decided. Okay, so there's our stored documents. Now the problem is that we've created this stored document, but the stored document is not going to have the right preview URL. So we almost need like a stored document. Deleting path extension, appending path extension, PNG. Off to a marathon D&D sesh? Nice. How marathon? Multiple hours? Days? Months? But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Catch you around and hope to see you in the Discord. Okay, so maybe what we need to do here... You gotta head offline, you'll catch the rest on VOD? Yeah, have a good evening, Adam, as well. I'll see you around as well. So maybe we don't make this 13 to 19. Okay. It's a good amount of time. 6 hours. It's decently a decent chunk. I have a weekly Gloomhaven group, which is like D&D, but everything is written for you. There's no creative writing process. It's much more combat heavy. That's about 4 hours a week. About 4 hours? Yeah, about 4 hours. But yeah, 6 hours. 6 hours is a little. That's definitely a marathon. I think that would count. All right, so now I guess what I want to do is I just want to create this. Oh, pre-gaming and banter for at least a couple hours before. Okay, yeah, no, 4 hours for us counts all of our pre-gaming and banter. So yeah, 6 hours plus pre-gaming and banter. That's definitely a marathon. Hey, Donuts, how are you doing? Doing all right? How? Oh, wow. Hiccups. How was everybody's week? I did pretty good. Certainly can't complain. I mean, I totally can complain, but I won't complain. All right, so I think if I understand what this is saying, deleting path extension, appending path extension PNG. I think that means that our preview should store just this. Whoops. So there's our preview document store. So now what I think I can do is I can finally go back to that gallery view. If I do this, we have our gallery view, environment, StorySyn, preview document store. Probably needs a public initializer. Now, can we actually finally see something in here? No, why not? I hate it. Cannot find preview document store in scope. Why not? This is part of data phone and data vision. Property stored documents must be declared public. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Now, are you happy? Initializer is inaccessible due to internal protection level. I hate you. Public. Init. Don't do nothing. Hey, there we go. Finally. I'm going to commit just that. Just getting the very idea of handling convert document store to protocol and add concrete implementation. Oh, add preview implementation. Good God. Okay. Now I'm almost too exhausted to actually go and fix this bug. Now that I finally have this working, or yeah, able to preview, let's go figure out how to fix it. So we're gonna go into stored document button. And what are we doing here? Async image view, or async image, does this, pins it to its clip shape, pins this here. Need digital raid to get rid of the bugs. Nice. Clip shape here. I mean, all of these seem to be setting this part of the aspect ratio. What we're not getting is this aspect ratio. Do I just need to move this up a line? That didn't do anything. What are we doing wrong? Your first Swift UI code is now in production? Awesome. That is cool. Was it that table view you were working on? Yeah, the pesky table view? Nice. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Because we've got aspect ratio 1 on basically every view that we can possibly put it on. Oh, maybe it's in the gallery view itself that we need more things? Can we keep adding more aspect ratio? Nope, that didn't work. Although that does give me a hint. Hold on. Oh, that didn't work. What about this one? Oh, come on. Hey, there we go. Okay, so these should all be fill. Third tab will be migrated in the new month or so. You'll migrate the second tab too and drop the entire tab/table view. Nice. You just threw a Swift UI view over the top and show and hide it depending on the tab you're on. I mean, that's one way of doing it. Does that work well with accessibility? Okay, I think we've cleaned it up. Do we actually need this even? Yes, we do need that. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So at least you didn't make it any worse. Hey, thanks for the follow, Uno Brandon. Oh, are you sorry, I thought you were seriously asking, or no, I did not think you were seriously asking what's accessibility. Accessibility in terms of, I thought you were being sarcastic. Accessibility is basically making it so that users with disabilities can... you are being sarcastic? I have no idea. Now I don't even know. Yes. For anybody that doesn't know, accessibility is making it possible for users with disabilities to be able to use your app. So if users have low vision, or if users aren't able to make use of their hands, or several other different types of things, Apple has stuff built into their system, like VoiceOver, like switch control, like voice control. There's a bunch of different ones, different color stuff if you have if you're colorblind. Just a bunch of different systems that they have in place that will allow you to basically give users the access to your app that they would not otherwise have had. However, in a lot of cases, you do need to support stuff like that, and it can be pretty easy to break the systems that Apple provides. And so basically I was asking, like, hey, Mono, I know that if you've got that view there and you're hiding and showing it, sometimes you'll basically just have an extra view around that's only visible through VoiceOver. And did you check that issue? And Mono said, none of the rest of the app works anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. That's certainly an excuse. All right, so yeah, there's our view. Now we got that working. Can we build and run the actual app again? Fair, yeah. I mean, that is one of the things that they have accessibility-wise is this reachability. So you can do that, bring everything down. That's, I guess, what they consider the accessibility feature for the fact that you can't reach stuff. But yeah, that is frustrating. Back when I was in the hospital a couple months ago, they had put a thing in my arm, and so I wasn't able to use one of my arms temporarily. And yeah, that was definitely not fun. It's like, yeah, okay, now I need to be able to touch something up here. I'm like, all the way up here, I can't reach it. So yeah, reachability helps there, but definitely definitely not ideal. All right, did we get this working? Yes. Yes, we did get that working, is the answer there. Okay. Is that it for tonight? That did do a lot of what we needed to do. Fix, basic. Hey, Raycat, how are you doing? Fix layout of gallery buttons. Yeah, I'm an Emacs user too. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I don't know if, yeah. I never know coming in who thinks that this is a good thing or a bad thing. Hope Vision Pro only works with 2 hands will save you a lot of money. I would expect that it probably works just fine. I don't know, like, which gestures would need 2 hands, because I don't think they do, because I mean they've made very clear that like pinch to zoom is still only one-handed. That's the only one I can think of where you would like pinch to zoom and you would like take both hands and stretch. But no, because you're still only going to be looking at one place unless you can do the like Bill Skarsgård Pennywise thing and point your eyes in 2 different directions. Yeah, see, I figured Donuts was on the other end because Donuts streams in NeoVim. So yeah, you're only going to be able to look in one direction, so I don't know what you would do with 2 separate hands. So, I think you might be out of luck, Mono. I think you're going to have to, you're going to have to buy a Vision Pro. You just have to. It's a requirement. Being a virtual orchestra conductor, I mean, I would be kind of surprised if Apple, at least, maybe not at launch, but at least by like version 2, supports some amount of prosthetics for that. You used Doom Emacs for a couple of weeks. Yes, Doom seems neat. 2 to the 5 months, the power of 2. 2 to the 5th months. 32 months. Nice. What app is this? This is my app, Kineo. It is a drawing and animation app that crashes. No, let me try using the actual app as opposed to the preview. 2 to the 5th months. Yeah, 32 months. Wow. Okay, let's try erasing stuff here. Definitely need to fix that layout bug. What? That was not the eraser. This is the eraser. But yeah, generally the idea is that you are able to... Jeez, I got the hiccups. That was not the right button either. One of these days I will know how to use this app. This is an app that existed as a iPad app, and I'm now porting it to visionOS. So, still getting used to the behavior. Let's start falling a little bit faster. Oh, we definitely need to fix that, where it should always show the plus button. This ball is shrinking as it falls. I don't know why. It is very hard to draw in the simulator. You wish to discover the stream because it keeps convincing you that you should keep your Apple Dev subscription? Hey. Allows you to stick your cat to a piece of paper, but now virtually. Yes, it also does that. I mean, hey, you don't need to have an active subscription to do too much. You need it, what, to be able to install to your phone for more than a week at a time? Or to release, right? Those are the big two that you really need it for. So I would say, like, even if you're interested in keeping developing, just use the free one until you're ready to ship something. When your AWS rep asks you why you aren't using Code Whisperer, you can tell them they don't support your IDE. That is a good one. That's what I do with a lot of the developer tools people at my job. They'll be like, hey, why aren't you using blah, blah, blah? And it's like, well, you don't support PowerShell, man. Use PowerShell for my terminal shell. It doesn't work with that. This is your problem. You need to go fix this. Totally agree. You only upped your Apple developer when you were ready to ship. Yeah, I think you can totally get away with plenty with the free developer account. And yeah, I think even the free developer account will let you have the developer betas. You can't deploy to test flight without it. Ooh, that might be true. Yeah. That definitely might be true. You can't. You must be a member of the paid developer program to use test flight. Mono, I swear. Stream and I will help you figure out what's wrong with your simulators. I am not convinced that your simulators are as buggy as you think they are. That's true. You did do that one time with the black screen thing. You're going to try to make at least one iOS, macOS, visionOS application before year end. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, do it. But I mean, even with test flight, like I would say, yeah, you can do a lot with the free version until you're ready to ship to test flight. And then, yeah, you would need to get a developer account when you're ready to go to test flight. But I think that's totally fine. You need to finish this back end. You should be able to get another out before the end of the year. Yeah, it is getting close to, it's way too close to the end of the year. Man, it's already ridiculous. You need to, yeah, I just like, it snuck up on me the other day that I was like, oh man, I really wanted my diabetes app to be ready near the time that the new OS versions came out. And I mean, that's in like a couple weeks. So that's not going to happen. And then, yeah, like visionOS is going to be sooner than I expect. It's going to be ready to go. Like they said early next year. I mean, that's still like what? Only 3 or 4 more months before the new year? Man, that's too soon. I don't like how fast time is moving. It's already been 3 months since WWDC. It's ridiculous. You're not up on the whole new OS release, yeah. there's no real reason why I wanted to ship the diabetes app with the new release. I think it would have been nice, but I probably would have been lost in a sea of other things. Whereas if I can ship it later, that's probably a better idea. There's nothing I'm doing this year that is like, oh yeah, let's like really take advantage of the new OS. If I were having new features for an existing app, I would want to ship it at the same time. So I really want to hit day one of visionOS with Kineo, because that's going to be a big deal. Like, hey, this app already existed, now exists, takes advantage of visionOS. That's going to be a big deal. Brand new app that kind of does some stuff, but also mostly is more important on another thing. And that one doesn't make as much sense to ship day of. I think the only thing new app making shipping day of is going to be something like Widgetsmith, where it's like, oh, this entire app is built around some new feature. And none of my apps are that, so I don't see any need to ship that day. It's just, it would have been fun, but I don't see any reason to make that happen. So, but yeah, I think that might be it for me tonight. We got a lot of our gallery view done. Oh, wow, look at that. That actually looks correct. About the only other thing that I would want to try to do tonight, and I think I'm going to punt this till later, is this window should be a different size than the other window. Did you sign up for an Apple Lab to test this out? Not yet. I think I might when it's more done, but trip to Cupertino is, you know, I have to go make that trip. And yeah, if they had one in Seattle, I would totally be there right now. But giving it time is not. I don't think I can get out to Cupertino. Mid-September, pretty booked up. Like the first available appointments are mid-September. I mean, that's still not that long from now. But yeah. I know they had some people already do stuff in some other locations. But yeah. Wait until the rainy season to go to Cupertino. It'll be worth the sunshine. Oh, wait until the rainy season in Seattle to go to Cupertino. I was gonna say, I didn't realize Cupertino had a rainy season. But yeah, I'll wait until Seattle is dark and dreary and terrible, and then I'll go to Cupertino. That'll be a better idea. Yeah, if I could go in like November, that might be worth it. But yeah, traveling right now, I just don't have enough of the app done for it to be worth it, is the main thing. It's like, oh yeah, I can totally test this out and it'll be cool, but I think it's thing. No, spider season is great. I gotta be here to make sure that the spiders are all doing their jobs. Concern is always the money, yeah. Yeah, it's not free for me to fly to Cupertino. Like, stay in a hotel. Even if it's only like one day in the hotel. And I gotta get somebody to take care of the cats. And I gotta, you know, just there's a lot of logistics around it. If it was something that I could just, you know, drive down the street for a day, yeah, that'd be one thing. But even just traveling from Washington to California is enough of a, like, oh man, this is gonna be a pain in the butt to do. But yeah, everyone dreams about paying their way with some killer app, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could totally say this. Like, oh yeah, you know, it'll be totally worth it to go to this thing because I'll make it up in terms of sales of Kineo. And it's like, I've seen the sales of Kineo. I can't make up a flight to Cupertino in 10 years of sales of Kineo. Like, that's not going to happen. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, it would definitely be fun to do. I think it might be something that I will do, but it's not something that I'm going to do anytime soon. I think, yeah, closer to the end of the year. Actually, do you know, here, let me make sure that I can do this. Where is the secret mode? Your goal is not one good app, but several pretty decent apps. I don't have time to even finish one app, but much less a bunch of apps. There's our view. Why did I go secret mode? I wanted to go secret mode so that I could look at the simulator or the labs. I was gonna see like how late in the year they have them open, because I'm saying like, oh yeah, we should totally do it in November. But if they don't actually have ones in November, well, that's a different story. Cupertino, London, Munich, Shanghai, Singapore, and Tokyo. Yeah. I'm not anywhere near any of those places. Like, Cupertino is the closest for me, but that's still quite a trip. Hey, how are you doing, PSJ Jonathan? Dumb question. What languages do you use outside of Swift? That's not a dumb question at all. Primarily, the other language that I use most often is TypeScript. Because everybody has to deal with JavaScript at some point, and I refuse to deal with vanilla JavaScript because it's a nightmare. Other than that, I don't do a whole lot right now. In the past, languages that I've used a lot were Ruby, Clojure, I used to do some at Python, but I never really liked Python. Yeah, I would say, yeah, my main languages that I use outside of Swift are TypeScript, and then, yeah, Ruby. Yeah, I guess I still use Ruby fairly often for, like, the developer tool stuff, like Danger or Fastlane, stuff like that I still use a lot. But yeah, not a primary language. I use it a lot for just to automate other tools. Yeah, I use Ruby scripting languages for Ruby. Oh yeah, September 11th through September 22nd. So they don't really have anything out in November yet. At least not yet. So yeah. Is Ruby hard? I would not say Ruby's hard. Ruby's a pretty beginner-friendly language. What are we developing in visionOS today? This is an app. Oh, not that one. I mean, this is the preview, but I crashed it. This is an app I've been working. Well, this is an app that has existed in the App Store since 2008. So, but it is a animation app where you draw things frame by frame, and kind of play them like a flip book is what you do here. And I am porting that to visionOS. It's been an iPhone, iPad app for, like I said, many years at this point, and moving it over. Faster than TypeScript? It depends on where you're running the TypeScript. TypeScript can be really fast. It's significantly faster than Python. Probably not as fast as Rust. No, definitely agree with that. Probably... Yeah, I don't know. Did you see the Excel in Python news? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah. Although, to be fair, Python also has its different implementations, and I know some of them are faster than CPython. Because you've got CPython, which is like the main Python, and then you've got PyPy, right? Which is Python in Python. And that one's supposed to be faster than CPython, right? But then I'm thinking of, like, with TypeScript, you've got, like, you know, TypeScript running in Safari versus TypeScript running in, like, Blink's engine, V8. You've got TypeScript running in, like, Bun or Deno or any of those types of runtimes. They definitely have massively different speeds between them. So, but yeah, like I said, I know Python does the same thing. Like, they've got Python, regular Python, they've got PyPy, they've got Um, other things. Bun might eat Deno's lunch if they're not careful. I've been noticing that. I have not used Bun yet, but like I saw their release the other day, and it's like, oh, this is getting interesting. Yeah, I've used Deno. Deno's great. I like Deno. It's definitely easier than like trying to roll all of your TypeScript stuff by hand. Mono finally realized that I made his change for him. And it has not broken yet. That's also good. I did not notice that. I haven't been paying attention to it. I haven't dropped any frames. This is good. It means my internet works. But yeah, Bun seems cool. And they said they're targeting September 7th for their 1.0. So that should be good. Yes. We did finally convince me on your stream that I should do that. Yeah, these benchmarks are kind of weak. I don't think these benchmarks mean much. I mean, yeah, okay, sure. I can totally serve 66,000 requests of just, you know, probably hello world. I don't know what that means to me, but yeah, like, cool, who's doing that? I mean, probably a lot of people are doing something like that, but it's not, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a contrived benchmark, I guess, but I don't know. It's more that, like, what I care about is if I'm running over and over and over. That did nothing. God, I guess I would have to install like one of the Japanese voices in order for that to work. I don't even know how I would say, like, oh, use whatever voice is most relevant for this. That would be weird. Just Edgar's voice. I don't think they have Vincent D'Onofrio as a installable voice for macOS. Any of you guys make a YouTube guide for anomalies yet? Anomalies? Yeah, I agree with Raycat. What? Is that a typo? Or an autocomplete, something? Alright, we're gonna stop reading about Bun. Oh, also, I came into here and the random work with Apple guy that I got is Ted Lasso. I saved it on this page just to be like, hey, look at that. It's Ted Lasso. I was excited by that. I don't know why. And now it's not Ted Lasso. Now it's just some other dude. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's noticed this before, but every time you refresh this page, you get a different developer person. Work with Apple, you mean having to go into an office? I asked you about the languages because you've been agonizing over the languages you should focus on. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I would say, yeah, figure out like what kind of thing you want to do and what the default languages are for that system. And just kind of go with that. I mean, it's going to be, if you want to do iOS, go get Swift. If you want to do Android, go learn Kotlin. If you want to do web, probably go learn JavaScript. If you want to do backend, Python, like just pick whatever the primary language is. Don't try to learn like 4 languages as a junior. Just, you know, pick which area you're going to go and do that. JavaScript is locked in. Lua is locked in because your game engine uses it. Yeah. The third slot for throwaway scripts. Okay. For throwaway scripts. It is kind of whatever you want, but it's also like there's definitely more than that. Oh, scripts that can evolve into MVPs. Yeah. I mean, Emacs Lisp. That's definitely what you should do. Yeah, I mean, JavaScript is honestly kind of one of the better ones. No, you should not actually use Emacs Lisp. Yeah, JavaScript honestly might be kind of the best option for a lot of that. I think that there's something to be said for, you know, Python and Ruby both are pretty good at other command line stuff. But I mean, if you're really trying to get a language that's good at other command line stuff, you might as well just use like Bash. But Bash is awful and I hate it. So, I don't know. JSON the backend? JSON? I'm not familiar with what that is, and that seems very difficult to Google. So I'm not going to. JS on the backend. Okay. I was thinking that there was like some framework or no code system or something like that called JSON. And I was like, that seems awful. I mean, doll is nice. I used doll at my last job. Yeah, Go is fine. You know, I used Go. Well, okay, to be fair, my Go experience is like 10 plus years out of date at this point. So don't trust me on Go at all. Like, don't listen to me. Listen to Donuts. Donuts knows way more about Go right now than I do. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about Go. Yeah. As long as it's relatively appropriate. And if it's not, then Mono has the ability to forbid you from being here. Oh wow, this is a lot of languages. Top 20 languages. Oh no. Tickle. Okay, wow. I haven't even heard of some of these. No, you do already have Emacs Lisp in here. Nice. You are out of your mind if you think I'm making a get files implementation in C. Raku, is that what used to be Perl 6? Is that what that one is? Oh, jeez. I rested my hand on my phone to scroll, and that was a bad plan, and I dropped it. Yeah, there's definitely something here that I've never heard of. I've never heard of Nolua. I've never heard of TXR. I've never heard of Odin. I think I've heard of most of the rest. Oh, I'd never heard of Janet. Yeah, I've heard of all of the rest. I have heard of Zig. I haven't really looked into any of it. I've never used Zig, I guess, is the real thing there. Though to be fair, a lot of the languages on that list that I said I recognized, I've never used. I think of the ones on there that I've used, what did I say? How do I get back to, there we go. Here's the page. I've used Kotlin. I've used Tickle. Man, it's been probably 2 decades since I've used Tickle, but I have used Tickle. Not even heard of Janet. I've used Common Lisp, but not significantly. Never heard of TXR. Used Python. Have heard of Reball, but I've never used it. Have heard of D, but never used it. Have heard of Nim, but never used it. Same with Hacks, Rust. I've used eLisp. Used Ruby. Used C. Have not used Raku. Have never heard of Lua. Have used Lua. Have never heard of Odin. And then, yes, have used JavaScript. That probably would have been way more interesting if I had actually pulled that list up on this computer, so that you all could see me scrolling through it, but, you know, that's what you get. Sometimes things don't work out the way that we want them to. But yeah, there's a lot of languages in here. And then, yeah, just looking at the languages in this list that didn't even make it into the top 20. I don't know what Gambit is. I've heard of Guile. Where is that? Yeah. I saw you mentioned Fennel in the TXR one. Elixir. Elixir is fun. I like Elixir. I have used Elixir in the past. I touched Crystal. I didn't really do too much in it. It was like, oh, here's Ruby, but it's Go secretly, and I wasn't a fan. Shea Scheme. I've never heard of Chapel. Awk is definitely a good one. I don't know what 8th is. I don't know what Tick 80 is. Or V. Or Wax. 8th is a 4th? Okay. That's a funny name. Okay. Yeah, I get it. That's good. That is a good name for a 4th variant dialect. Developers should be banned from naming things. No, I like that name. That's a good name. I think that works. Languages you're aware of but never tried: Haskell and F#. Those are both very good languages. I've used both of those. I liked F# more than my ability to actually get anything done with it. It's like, oh man, I really like using this language, and then I never actually managed to build anything out of it. Haskell was more useful as a learning language than anything else. It's like, I couldn't get my head around functional programming at all in any language, even the saner languages, until I finally used Haskell enough that my brain snapped. And then I was like, oh, functional languages. Now I get it. And then ever since I got functional programming, I stopped using Haskell. But it took using Haskell for me to understand what functional programming actually was. And then it's like, oh, hey, this is cool. We should do this. I'm done with this language. I've gotten everything that I needed to know out of using this language. Yeah. Okay. I think that really is going to be it now. Yeah, that was a good chat here at the end. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back Monday evening. And, yeah, do some more visionOS stuff. Probably, I said, hey, when got in tonight, we got 2 buttons that we take to different screens, and we need to go build out those screens. One of them was the gallery button. One of them was the export button. So I bet next stream is going to be working on that export button. So look forward to that. And I will be back Monday night. Like I said, have a great weekend. Good night.